Singer and actress Naomi Judd was found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to her head at her home in Leiper's Fork, Tennessee on April 30th, 2022. The Grammy-Award-winning country musician's death sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry. Her death was a loss that all country music fans felt deeply, and just one day after her passing, Naomi and her eldest daughter, Wynonna, were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Naomi and Wynonna formed the Judds in 1983. The duo went on to become one of country music's most successful acts, winning 5 Grammys and 9 Country Music Association awards. They stopped performing and touring in 1991 after Naomi received a hepatitis diagnosis. Wynonna went on to continue to perform as a solo artist, though she did occasionally reunite with her mother for reunion tours as the Judds. Since her passing, there's been a great deal of speculation about why Naomi Judd chose to take her life. Keep watching to learn how Naomi Judd confessed it all in the revealing note she left behind. Naomi's autopsy report was very revealing. According to the recently released autopsy report, Naomi left behind a suicide note for her family to find before taking her own life in such a horrible manner. According to the report, which was first obtained by the entertainment news outlet The Blast, Judd had a significant medical history of being treated for things like depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety, and several other medical issues. The investigators who were tasked with looking into her death noted in that final report that Naomi's family told them she had previously dealt with suicidal ideation and was going through a particularly challenging life stressor at the time of her passing. According to the report, a weapon and a note with suicidal connotations were discovered at the scene. The report goes on to reveal that the 76-year-old singer was unresponsive when discovered at her home by family members on April 30th, 2022. She was suffering from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound and was immediately rushed to Williamson Medical Center, where she was pronounced deceased not long after arriving. Numerous prescription drugs were discovered in her system when investigators conducted a toxicology report of her blood. These medications included trazodone, memantine, primidone, and clonazepam. The list of meds she was taking included those used to treat ailments like insomnia, seizures, and Alzheimer's disease. She was reportedly on several antidepressant medications as well at the time of her death. No illegal drugs were detected in her blood. As one can assume, the autopsy report provides a vivid, albeit tragic, description of Judd's gunshot wound. At the moment, the specifics of the suicide note have yet to be published, but it is known the note painted a fairly clear picture of why Naomi felt like she couldn't keep on living. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Ashley remained by her mother's side until paramedics arrived. A month after her mother passed away, 54-year-old Ashley Judd went on Good Morning America, where she revealed to Diane Sawyer that her mother had taken her own life with the help of a firearm. Initially, this bit of information had been retained as the Judd family came to terms with the awful reality of the situation. Ashley wasn't comfortable sharing that piece of information on live TV, but she explained that if her family didn't come out and say it, someone else would. The Daily Beast obtained a court filing in early August 2022 that revealed Naomi Judd was still alive, at least for a bit, after she discharged the firearm. Reportedly, Ashley remained by her mom's side for nearly 30 minutes while she waited for paramedics to arrive. The documents that the Daily Beast released stated that Ashley was in a state of clinical shock, acute distress, and active trauma when she spoke to the police and medics who arrived at the home. When interviewed by GMA, Ashley discussed her mother's long-standing battle with mental health, which she was candid about. She told the outlet that when it comes to discussing mental illness, it's crucial to make the clear distinction between the loved one and the disease. She went on to say her mother always felt seen and heard in her anguish. Naomi Judd was described as fragile before her death. Naomi Judd married Larry Strickland in 1989. The couple remained together for the next 30 years. During CMT's Naomi Judd, A River of Time televised special, which aired in May 2022, Strickland spoke about his wife at the famed Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. Larry told CMT that Naomi was the kind of person who, quote, never met a stranger. He went on to describe how much to his displeasure, she would always start conversations with virtually anyone she made eye contact with. Often, Strickland said he and his wife would end up standing for up to 30 minutes talking to a complete stranger on the sidewalk. To virtually anyone, she was more than happy to open up about her various passions and her love for her dog. According to Larry, the day before she took her life, Naomi flew alone from Austria to Nashville to attend the Country Music Hall of Fame ceremony. He noted it was rather unusual for her to fly alone. The thought of her flying alone scared him because he knew how fragile she was. the Judd family filed to prevent release of documents. In early August 2022, the Judd family filed a court petition to try to prevent the release of several documents related to her death. According to the petition, records from the investigation into her death, including audio and video interviews conducted immediately after her death, would cause trauma and irreparable harm to the family if they were released. The family also made the request that all investigative materials and records, such as police reports and personal medical information, be kept strictly confidential. Tennessee's public record laws typically allow for such records to be released by local law enforcement. That being said, police are generally given discretion to withhold records while an investigation is still ongoing. After an investigation is closed, unfortunately, that exception no longer applies. Records obtained from closed investigations are routinely released to the general public and media. The petition pointed out that numerous media outlets, including the Tennessean, had requested that the records be released during the investigation. The request sought to obtain the toxicology and autopsy reports. The court filing by the Judd's attorney argued that the documents were private, incredibly sensitive, and would result in nothing more than reopening fresh wounds when they were to be released. The filing included heartfelt statements by Strickland and Naomi's daughters attesting that the records, if they were published, would cause the family distress and anguish. Ashley's statement stated Naomi would have wanted to be remembered for the way she lived, not the way she died. Obviously, the Judd's petition was unable to prevent the release of some of these records, as they've since been widely reported on in various news outlets worldwide. That being said, the motion is scheduled to be heard on Williamson County Chancery Court on September 12th. At that point, the court will determine the fate of the remaining records that have yet to be leaked to the public. The death of Naomi Judd was entirely unexpected. For country music fans, it's still hard to believe she's gone forever. Hopefully, during these difficult times, her family can arrive at a place of peace. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Naomi Judd's music? And were you shocked and saddened when she took her own life? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content.